In today's video, we are going to talk about the possible severe weather outbreak for tonight and this weekend. But before we can get into this video, I would ask you to subscribe if you do like daily weather forecasts, and make sure to share this video with any friends or family that you think could need this information before this type of severe weather happens. But anyways, let's get right into this video. So actually, I was looking at my channel analytics on YouTube, and most of you aren't subscribed. Whoever, you can see 55% of you are not subscribed, and 45% of you that watch my channel are subscribed. So if you aren't already subscribed and you like daily weather forecasts, just make sure to hit that red subscribe button that's just below this video. But anyways, let's get right into this forecast. So right now we are looking at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for tonight. They have issued a slight risk of severe weather, which is in that yellow risk that you see there, and also a marginal risk right around that yellow risk. The yellow risk is where most of the severe weather is going to happen tonight. I will bring you a future radar here in a few moments. This is the risk of most of the severe weather will be in that yellow risk. A more isolated risk is in that dark green risk, and that more light green risk is that general thunderstorm risk. Also a general thunderstorm risk over here in parts of California. But that's the general severe thunderstorm risk for tonight. We can look at the tornado risk for tonight. It'll load. And there is no tornado risk for tonight. There will be tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. But if there will be a tornado, it will be in that yellow risk, and you'll only expect about one or two isolated tornadoes. They won't be strong or anything, but they might be just all little isolated spin ups. We can go ahead and look at the hail outlook. And with these storms, you're going to see some pretty big hail. So they issued a significant risk for in that black, like, hatched area where I'm circling. This is where most of the big hail is going to be, up to about softball size hail, I'm pretty sure, with these storms. So some pretty good hail with these storms tonight. Make sure to bring your cars into your garage tonight, because you could see some damage to your cars or even roofs. If you don't want anything damaged, make sure to bring them in tonight. And if you don't have any, if you can't bring your car into your garage or anything, make sure to put something light on top of it if you don't want any car damage from the hail. But most of that hail is going to happen in that yellow and hatched risk there. And also isolated hail risk up to golf ball size hail, and that greener risk just around that yellow risk. We can go ahead and look at our wind risk. And here's the wind outlook. They have issued a 5% chance of wind, up to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So not that bad. Bring some stuff in, just in case if there is any bad wind. Bring your trash cans to the side of the house or in the garage, any place where it can't blow away. And that green risk, that's where most of the severe wind, up to 60 mile per hour wind gusts, are going to happen. Now I'm going to look at tomorrow's severe weather risk. Alright, so now we're looking at the day 2 categorical outlook for the Storm Prediction Center. This is for tomorrow. They have issued a slight risk as well for severe weather. Way more smaller area, not that widespread. I do think they are going to extend it a little bit for about this area. I believe they're going to extend it for about that area. So for about this area, this is where most of the severe weather is going to happen for tomorrow, especially in that yellow risk or in that more greener risk. That is more isolated threat, and that light green risk is your general thunderstorm risk. So no severe thunderstorms are expected in that light green risk, but there is a possibility of some isolated storms. The tornado outlook. There's a 2% chance of tornadoes. Let me scroll down. There's a 2% chance of tornadoes in that area. Let's go ahead and put that. So in this black outline, this is where the tornadoes are going to happen. 1 or 3 tornadoes are expected, but they aren't going to be severe yet. They might upgrade this to a 5% chance, or even maybe a 10% chance of tornadoes in a 50-mile radius. And then we can look at the hail outlook for tomorrow. Here's the hail outlook. Pretty much in that slight risk, a 50% chance of severe hail up to softball size hail. In that yellow risk, and this green risk, you're going to see to golf ball size hail. So much more isolated risk in the green risk rather than the yellow risk. Most of the severe wet hail is going to happen in that yellow risk. Again, I'll give you an update on this severe weather risk for tomorrow, or actually, yeah, for tomorrow in tomorrow's video. For wind risk, there's a 2%, or actually no, 5% risk of up to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So much isolated wind gusts. Like I said, bring your trash cans in the garage or inside, or even to the side of the house, to make sure they don't blow away, or any loose toys or objects outside that could blow away easily. Bring those inside. Now we're going to look at the day 3, which is Saturday. And there's 2 different slight risks. There's a slight risk down here for Mississippi, Arkansas, and Louisiana. And there's also a slight risk for central Illinois for severe weather for Saturday. And there is also a marginal risk around that area. So in those slight risks, that's where most of the severe weather is going to happen. And in that darker green risk, that's where a more isolated thunderstorm risk is in place. Also a general thunderstorm risk, which you are not expecting any severe thunderstorms, and that's where that light green risk is in that place. So most of the severe weather, like I said, is in those yellow areas, and maybe in those darker green areas. We can look at the all hazards, and they have issued a 15% chance so far for all hazards, especially in that yellow area. That's where you're expecting the most severe weather to happen, and maybe in that green area, a more isolated chance of that severe weather. Now we're going to look at the future radar for these severe weather outbreaks. Alright, so now we're looking at about, let's go ahead and put it at about 4 p.m. today. So this is 4 p.m. today. Some more heavier showers over here in parts of Indiana. Not severe though. Move it forward to about late tonight to overnight to about early morning hours, and then about early morning hours of Friday, you're going to start to see a lot of these severe storms start to develop in central Kansas and eastern Kansas, and then those will really blow up in the early morning hours of Friday, going into western part of Missouri. Even more to about midday, and those are really weakening fast. They get to central Missouri, and then they weaken very fast, so they won't be as severe as the other severe risks, but they might have a potential for some big hail, and 60 mile per hour wind gusts are the threats right now. We can move this model forward to even more, and we're going to go to the Midwest. Alright, so this is Saturday. We can move it forward, and then you're going to start to see some cells developing over here in eastern Iowa and northern part of Illinois, and then you're going to start to see those severe storms over here in Kansas for that severe risk for tomorrow. Then you're going to see a squall line a possible major winter storm for that part of Minnesota. I might make another video today for that. But really heavy snow over here for Minnesota, actually. And then you're going to see the squall line develop. Pretty mini squall line, a very skinny one especially, so not much rain behind it developing. It's a very quick developing and very quick kind of weakening squall line there. So most of the severe weather is going to happen in this type of area where that circle outline is, because you're going to see that purple. Most of the purple is the most severe storms are moving through the area. I'm going to go ahead and go to the southeast. And then let's go ahead and look at the severe risk for tomorrow. So most of the severe storms are going to develop over here. It hasn't showed up in the model yet. They're going to develop later than these storms up here in the parts of the Midwest. So pretty much that target area hasn't loaded fully up in the model yet. But that's pretty much where the severe weather is going to happen. If you did enjoy this video, I would ask you to subscribe if you do like daily weather forecasts. And make sure to share this video with any friends or family that you think could be in the path of these storms or either need this information for your own good. But anyways, stay safe.